Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna talk about one topic. Is the Boolean. Here, Boolean has two values. One is the true, and the other is the false. Here, so it's very basic. Here, so we could apply the true and false on programming language, like in Python. Here, so let me show you. A is 2 less than 5. So we will print the A. This statement is the logical statement. So if 2 is less than, if 2 is less than 5, this will print out true. Yes, so it's true. Not the it will print out true. The Boolean not the 2 is less than 5. If you print like this thing, you just print the string. If you need to compare it, you need to use the Boolean's the logical statement. So it's true. Or so here, if you set here 2 is larger than 5, here we print out the false. So exactly here is false. Here. Or you could just use the casting. It's same. You print the same. You can add the Boolean BOOL or not. It's up to you here. So okay, these are some types of logical statement. So let me show you. Simple. It's larger than, less than, larger or equal, smaller or equal. So and there are not equal and is equal. Basically, you have six types you could use here. If you put one of these 6 types to this variable, you print out a Boolean. Yeah, or you could just like this thing. Apple, and here B is apple. So let's test A is equal to B. So it's true. Yeah, it's true here. So it's very easy. Yeah. And the next here, if we print, if the A is 2, if you print the A, it equals 2. It's 2. It is 2. But if you try to print the Boolean of A, it will print the true. Why? So here's one concept you has to know. Yeah, true is if you change to number, true equals to 1. False is 0. True is 1. I mean here if A is 0, you print false. If A is not 0, if A is not 0, is other than 0, any number not other than 0, it goes true. You print true. So like 100. You print true because here, if in this Boolean, this data type, the variable that stores a number is 0, it becomes false. If it's not 0, no matter it's 1 or any number, negative number or positive number or complex number, it returns to 1. The interpreter, the Python interpreter will change the number to 1. If it is not 0, you change to 1. And 1, what is 1? 1 is true. So 100. A is 100. Python will look at this variable. You see here's a 100. 100 is not 0, right? So 100, since the 100 is not 0, so the 100 returns to 1. It changes to 1. And the 1 is true. So you will print the true here. So here's the concept here. So it goes true like if it's 1.5 or 10.5, 10.5 is not 0, right? So 10.5, because the 10.5 is not 0, Python will change the 10.5 to 1. And the 1 means the true. So we print the true. That's it. And here's the second concept. And the first concept. And the first concept here, I will talk about how does the complex number works on the Boolean here. So the first thing, how do we express the complex number? So you need to type like this, complex. If it's 1, if it's 2, number. So what it will output is 1 plus 2, 3. The first one is the integer, is the real number, and second one is the imaginary number. So 3 stands for the just like the I here. So if you use the Boolean check is true or false, you see that is true. But if you might think that if the real number is 0, that's why I said if it's 0, it goes to false, right? So, but the imaginary number here, if it is not the 0, it always true. So let's do an example here. 0, 1 is true. 1, 0, let's test 1, 0. Only one case it is false. Yes, it's 0 and 0. Only imaginary number and the real number is 0 equals false. Only this is the only case. Yes, you could type a negative number here. Negative 0 is 0. So it doesn't matter. There's no any difference. Yes, so false here. Okay. Now the next thing I'm gonna talk about is how to compare the string. Okay, let's see here. I have set up A is apple, B is apple, just for example. Since A is apple, B is apple, they are the string. and we are going to test is the A is greater or equal to the B is equal. Is it true or false? So let's test is true. So obviously, I hope you guys know what does it mean here. So, but if we change here, if A is apple, B is banana. Is A greater or equal to B? So let's test. Is false. Why? So if it's not if it's not greater or equal to B, so which means it must be less than B. So it's true. But some of you may think, why how happened here? So you might got confused why how it works, how to compare these two strings. Here's a rule. Here's a rule. I don't. Do you know? There's called ASCII ASCII code. Have you ever heard about this code before? If you have one, you can check from the online. Every programming language, when you try to compare with the string, they will use this code. They will use this code to test, to check. Yeah, so I copy this ASCII table here. It's ASCII table. So let's see. Let's see how it works. A, we know that A is the apple, and B is the banana. So in the computer, in the Python interpreter, the Python, it will start looking at the first letter. The A, the variable A, first letter, and the variable B, the first letter. It will try to compare with the same index, compare the same, the first letter first, A, and here's B. So let's see. Where's the A here? A is 97. Remember that? Yeah. A is 97. Decimal point. But here's the decimal. So 97. And B is 98. 97 is less than 98. So A is less than B. So this A is less than B. So which means that this A is less than B. So it's true. So if we use T, capital T, the capital T here is 84, and is when is T? If the first letter here is T, this capital T. Let's see, the capital T here is 84, and the lowercase a is 97. 97 is here is 97, and here's 84. 97 is greater than 84, so if you use greater than B, A is greater than B is true. Yes. Okay, so if here, if they are A, the first letter, they're the same. Here, if they are the same, so the Python will check the second letter of both variable. So the second letter on the A, variable A is P. And second letter here is A as well. So P is P. P is 120, 101, 112. And here is A. 97. 112 is greater than A. Is greater than this 97, so which means this A is greater than B, the variable. So it's true. Correct. So only one case is here's apple and here's everyone is here's apple. If is apple, here's apple, the Python will start to try to look at the first letter. You see that they the same by using this ASCII table. The first letter is get the same. So check the second letter. PP, yeah, is same. And the third letter, PP is same. LL same. ED same. Everything else they're same. So it is equal to B. If you try is A not equal to B, equals to 4. Okay. Oh. Equals to 4. So not only Python, any programming language, they will use this ASCII table. They follow this ASCII table to check the string, which one is greater than the other, or are they the same? So they will use this ASCII table to find that. So and you don't need to memorize this. You don't need to memorize. Or if you could, it is optional, but you don't need to memorize. Yeah. You can see here that it's not only the character, it has other special characters like the space. So you could type the whole sentence, the whole string to compare the other string to compare is which one is greater than the other. So it's really useful. You could just refer to this ASCII table to look at which one is bigger. So that's it. And then next concept. Okay, let's see this example here. If I use if I make the A is true, B is false. Is the A is less than B or A or is greater than B? So you might think it's true. True is less than false or is true is greater than false. So here you can see the result here. Only the second one is correct. Why? So why? Here you can see when it's true, it is 1. False, it is 0. A is true, so A is 1. B is false, B is 0. Is 1 greater than 0 correct? Is true. So here's the, you can say it's like the identity. If it is true, it must be 1. If it's false, it must be 0. But if you test any numbers other than 0, it goes to 1. It will change to 1, and which means it is just like 0. 0 is nothing. 0 is nothing. And if you use test it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, like or negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. This has a number, not the 0. You change to 1, and the 1 is true. So only one case if you use the 0 is false, like the complex number 0, 0 complex. And this one, it goes to false. What about in string? How do we represent in string here? So this example you can see A and B is the string. Yeah, the string. You could use a double quote or single quote. It's up to you. Let's see the result here. The first is true, the second is false. Why? Okay, yes, it's very simple. You can see here's nothing. Both string are nothing, but you just think it's nothing. Actually, it has something here. Which thing is inside here? So it has a space. Here's some space. We have the space, right? So the space is one character. And how about here? There's nothing. So the B, A has a space, so which means it has something, some characters on this string, so it goes to true. So there's something on this variable, so it goes to true. But the B, there's nothing. So we have the terms called the empty string. If it is an empty string, it goes to false. If you use the Boolean here, it's false. So no matter you type any which character here or the dot comma, so it has something. It has some characters on this string, or you could use number, type some number here. It goes to true, but the B, if it is an empty string, is false. Only the empty string it goes to false. This is the only case. Okay, so the last thing I wanna teach you is one function, built-in function. Here's the extra concept here. It's called the isInstance function. What is the built-in function mean? Print, the function print is called a built-in function. So here, if A is so you know that the data type of A is int. So you could use this type function to check it is int or not. Is int. Yeah, it's int. But if you use this function, let's introduce this function is instance function. Is A is Boolean, so it will goes to false. The result is Boolean type. Yeah. So it's int, so it's true, so it's true. Yeah. So it's really simple, and you could just you could learn this function. It's very useful here. So okay, so that's the end for this tutorial. Thank you so much.